Good evening, my fellow 3D modelers. I've been busy in last couple of weeks, last couple of days, I should say. What I did is that I designed a couple of armor concepts for the character that we have made, I should say. The way I did it, well, I pretty much took a screenshot from Maya and put it in Photoshop, and I just drew lines over it. I made 3 concepts. This one, I liked it, and I didn't like it. We'll get to that later on. This one as well, a bit more organic, a bit more muscles. And the one that I like the most is this one. It's a bit more Mass Effect meets Warcraft Diablo style. I kind of like it, and I kind of really like it, so we're gonna do this one later on. So I made 3 of them, all in different styles. And what I did is I just looked at, okay, what kind of shapes do I like? Something round, something organic, or something very square, for example. This one is rather organic because of the lines over here, for example. You see here, all the way around. It's nice and smooth, for a reason, actually. If you have very sharp, harsh lines, that's generally associated with someone being evil or badass. Well, not badass, but evil or a harsh character. And smooth and organic lines means that he's a little bit more friendly. In this case, I did both. Both some fluid lines, some smooth lines, and some harsh lines in there. Not too harsh yet. For example, when I mean with too harsh, well, for example, when you have lines like this, for example. This is very harsh, right? This is very harsh, almost evil looking. Hence, I didn't want to do that because I don't want him to be evil, I think. But for example, if you have a little bit more fluid lines, like ones I had here, then it becomes a little bit less evil. Let's do it like this. Opacity. I mean, the difference between this and this is pretty obvious, right? So, hence, I went for the more smoother lines. And this one is a mixture of both. Really, that's it. So how did I approach this? Well, I just looked at shapes that I liked. That was it. So what I really like is like these shapes over here, for example, like this one over here, and this, and then you get this really nice V shape in there, like this. I just really like that. Then again, that's just personal preference, right? And then I just started filling in, like, yeah, I want the texture to be visible in the armor, so I kind of wanted something like this maybe, or a little bit more fluid, like this, a little bit more organic. So you just keep on playing with the actual shapes, and you're like, okay, maybe I like this, maybe that one has like these broad shoulders over here, or maybe a separate shoulder pad, shoulder guard, maybe something like this, really big, for example. And you just first off just block it out. It's just very simple. I mean, these lines look horrible, but it's perfectly fine. But this is just a concept, right? So, and when the concept is done, you actually start changing it. So maybe something for the biceps, you want to have like a bicep guard, a bicep armor, something like this, and you try to follow the actual muscles in your arms. Maybe something like here, that would be cool, and like this, that would be cool, and then you get this nice line in here, for example, like this. Maybe some extra lines for details, right? So it looks a little bit more high tech. But just adding bullshit lines, because that's pretty much what it is. They don't do anything, but it just looks cool, and that's the whole point of it, right? Maybe something like this, right? And then you again add some bullshit lines in there, like this. Maybe that would be cool. Maybe some lines over here. So you get the nice the division between the deltoids and the pecs. So you get this nice line over here, and you just keep on adding stuff and adding stuff. Maybe some like extra lines up here. Maybe that looks more hardcore, or but it also has a bit of logic behind it, because you kind of want him to be able to move in the actual armor, right? That would be helpful. So if you have like a block over here, like, yeah, this looks really cool, but then the legs couldn't actually move, because then this armor over here would actually be blocking out the legs. So you kind of want to avoid that. So you kind of want to follow the actual muscle structure. The character itself, you want to have this like feline shape in there, like this, maybe for the crotch guard, I'd say. Fill up a black, there you go. So it actually looks a little bit more logical. And then you have, like, for example, these leg protectors, maybe a little bit more evil-ish. Then you get something like this, maybe, like this. So it's just pretty much having fun, really, just to see, okay, what kind of shapes do I want to have. Maybe something like here as well, so very diabolical cross, for example, for these for the knee pads over here. Maybe something more like this for the calf protection, right? So it's just pretty much having fun, and then just fill it in with the color that you kind of want to have. Maybe something like this, maybe. Oh, and then just fill it in and say, do I like it? I kind of do. Then you just keep on going, and once you got the basics done, then you can say, okay, I like this, but the lines here are terrible, so I kind of want to go in and change it a little bit and actually spend some time on the actual lines. I didn't do that much, so it's just like, yeah, I want to have this here and this, maybe some more lines here, bullshit lines here, maybe something like this. Beautiful, beautiful. So it's just, okay, what shapes do you like? For example, what I liked in the first one was this part over here. This part over here. Oh. Hey. Annoying. So this part over here, I really like this. It just feels massive, and it just gives weight to the character, and therefore it gives him like strength. Because it's so massive, you feel like, okay, this character is actually really strong, right? Same here with the pecs protector. I'll just call from that one right on. This just makes it feel muscular, and therefore also stronger. Same here with the shape over here, like this one over here. Oh, this part over here. For the Latissimus dorsi in the back, it just helps emphasize the strength of a character. I mean, if it was like really slim, like this, and this would be gone, right? It would just feel like the character was actually weak. See it right now. You see the difference, right? It makes him feel weak. So you really want to avoid that, and you want to give him like the status you want him to have. So make him look strong or weak, or if that's the case, right? And I kind of like this part over here, like this here, the chin protector. I just really like it. It just gives a little bit more like more buff feeling to the actual armor. So I kind of like that. But this shape here, this curve here, I didn't really like it. It just makes him feel fat. Like this, it just makes him feel fat. So I didn't really like it that much. I mean, this part of here from the front, I really liked it. But actually, this just makes him feel fat. So I'm like, no. This one was pretty cool as well. It's a bit inspired by the armor from Mass Effect, to be honest. Overall, it was pretty cool. I mean, I like the shapes between like the very harsh lines from here, for example, and then these very soft lines in the shoulder pads. It just makes it feel a little bit more, I don't know, nicer, right? But still, I didn't really like it that much. I mean, it's cool, and maybe it would work out great, but then I look from the side angle again, I'm like, in this part here with the light, this is a light, by the way, I figured that'd be cool, because it's a bit inspired by the StarCraft 2 armor. Like, I could dig that, you know, I can dig that, I like that. So you have this light shining down, for example, or shining this direction. That would be really cool. But then this felt bulky. This part here, this felt really bulky, and then this part felt like, you know, it just didn't feel right. So that's why I left the side view out for this concept, because I just want to see what it looks like when I actually start modeling it. And again, this is a little bit more a combination of styles as well, like the Mass Effect style with all these, StarCraft style, even with the skull on the shoulder. I thought it was really cool. I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, yeah, let's just try this, and I'm like, oh, this could work. But I like the most of it, like these parts over here. They just all feel connected, even though they're not. Like this part over here, this dude, and this dude. And by doing something like this here, you actually get the sense of a connection in there. Same here. So I really like that. And then I added a little bit more of like a curvature in there to make it feel less evil, and a little bit more friendly. But then again, this point here is like, yeah, okay, he might be a bit evil or a bit sadistic. Okay, why not, right? Why not? The colors are just bullshit, so don't look at them. I just added them to make it a little bit easier for myself to see what colors to differentiate between the armor parts. So these are all separate armor parts, and then just this one pops out, this one pops out. It's just for myself. Really, it doesn't add anything or that much. So it's just like, okay, it's a different one. Okay, so you got the concept. How do you transition into Maya? Well, it's actually not that difficult. Just don't get lost in the details, because it's very tempting at the moment to add like minor details to the armor and like just go nuts. But first, again, you block it out and you want to get the basic shapes in there. So when you get to my here, you want to add the basic armor shape, and we're going to start with the torso over here, and then move on to the lower part, and then the shoulder, and etc, etc, etc. But first thing I want to do is I want to set up my scene a little bit different. So I got my character itself, and what I want to do is add it in a different layer, a different display layer. I'll show you why in a little bit. So I'm gonna select everything and click this button over here, create a new layer and assign selected objects, like so. Reason why, because you can actually then freeze it, so you can actually touch it. It's really helpful for modeling and rigging as well. I'll show you why. So when I add a new layer on top of it, this is the one that we'll actually start using for the model. So when I set this to frozen, that I can actually select it. See, you can select the actual object. So you cannot by accident select your model, for example, and just start pulling vertices out of that one. So it's just a quick tip. I mean, you don't have to use it, but it's really helpful. Just saying. Right. Okay. So let's rename this one to something like character, and let's call this one armor. Oh, let's do it the proper style, the British with U. There you go. And this one also gives you a little bit more. Well, it just makes the scene a little bit more organized. So later on we'll have a third layer with like, for example, rigging with the joints and then the muscles, etc, etc, and controllers. So it just makes your life a little bit easier. So don't be shy, use layers. It's actually really helpful. Okay. So we can't select the character anymore, so we can start modeling. Where do you start? It doesn't really matter at all. You can start from here, for example, here. But I tend to start at the top, so I'm gonna start here at the back, and then I'm gonna go around and then create this shape here. Again, this is my personal preference. What you want to do is entirely up to you, right? So I'm gonna start with a plane. Wow, if I can actually find it, there it is. It's just a simple plane. A little bit too big, as you can imagine. And just move it into place where it should be. Still a little bit too big, well, not too big actually, something like this. Just a small square. Then I want to have start right there in the middle. Actually, I want to try something while we're at it. See if this works, because in my 2014 and later on they added the modeling toolkit, and they say that you can actually use symmetry now. So I'm gonna try it. If I can find it again, so symmetry. I'm gonna select the edge. Symmetry. Cool. Let's see if this actually works right. So let me grab this one here. And then we're just gonna extrude it on. So go all the way down here. So I'm gonna hit extrude. Let's do this one a little bit easier. Extrude. And move it. Does it work? Oh, nice. That's sexy. Finally. So let's keep on going a little bit higher. So they just keep on extruding outwards and outwards to get to a point something like here, because then we get these chin protector that starts around, well, let's say around here at the sternocleidomastoid muscle. This part over here, right? So a little bit higher, and I'm gonna rotate it so it actually follows the lines. Oh, there you go. Something like this, maybe a little bit less. So it just follows the flow of the mesh again. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna hit extrude again. Something like this, maybe a little bit forward, not forward actually. Something like this, and then one more time. I'm gonna merge it right down the middle. And there we go. So this is our chin protector. Probably want to rotate a little bit more, this actually a little bit more flat like this. A little bit higher. Same with this one, I kind of want it to be flat, so it actually has a ridge. Same for this one, you just pull them up until you're satisfied. Like this maybe. Okay. Maybe add a little bit of curvature in here would be cool. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple more edge loops. Right one here maybe, and one more here. Actually, no, let's not do that. But first, let's do this one, so you can get a little bit more shape when this doesn't work. That's a shame. Maybe if you did like this, would that work? Not at all helpful. That's so annoying. Oh, hey. Why won't you work? I fucked it up, I think. Nope. Yes, I did. That's so annoying. Let's go. Let's see a little bit. Oh, almost there. Much better. Thank you. Let's try again. Connect. Nope. Still doesn't work for some reason. It's really important to check because I fucked up the mesh. There's a big chance that I fucked up the mesh, so I'm gonna check first before I continue. Should be fine. Let's hit connect one more time. Still doesn't do anything. Nope. Oh, there you go. Does this work? That works. Nice. Okay. Maybe a little bit lower even. This one a little bit higher, so it gets a nice S shape in there, which I really like. A little bit wider here. There we go. Nice. Okay. Save it. And then you can start actually creating the shapes. So I kind of want to start with this one next. This part here. Because that's the biggest part. So I'm going to grab the edge here. And as usual, hit extrude. Holy crap, that's nasty. I'm just going to pull it all the way down where I want it to be. So I'm going to end something like here. Like actually like there, all the way there. That'd be really cool. So I'm gonna push it even further down to here. At the third ebb. Sounds about right, I think. I finished at the second ebb, so let's do that as well. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna grab the vertices, I'm gonna shrink it down so it actually creates this V shape. Like this. Then again start adding edge loops so you can actually create the curvature in there, so it's really not that difficult, but like this. Maybe even more. Let's do one more. Connect. I kind of want it to be round, or not round-ish. Like this maybe. And maybe one more here. Just help us with the actual shape of itself. So there you go. Okay, and I kind of want to make this one a little bit smaller, or this one maybe even bigger, so you get this nice curvature in here as well. There you go, so you get this nice curvature up there that I kind of want to have anyway. So sweet. Okay, let's take this one again. So then from the back we go to the front. So that makes sense. So I'm gonna grab this one here. I'm gonna extrude it down for a second to the right, maybe something like this, just a small one, and then I want to continue this one on, and then all the way down here, so you get this really nice shape in there. So I'm gonna grab these two actually, hit extrude, and again same stuff, weld it together. This one should go there, all the way there. So then you see you get this really nice shape in there. I mean, this face is really massive, so we have to change it at some point. But for now, we're just gonna keep on extruding. So I'm gonna grab this one again. Same method. So try to weld this one to that one. You should be here and there. And this can actually hit the chest. That's fine. But I'm gonna do something like this, maybe a little bit. Say a little bit like that. Don't forget to save, don't forget to make backups, the usual story. You wouldn't be the first one to lose everything. Speaking from experience. And to leave for now. Okay. So I kind of want to fix this part here first. I'm gonna grab these vertices here. I'm gonna move them a little bit like this, and a little bit wider. So this face isn't that big anymore. It's just something to keep an eye out, that the faces don't get too big. This one's still really big though, but we're gonna add more loops anyway at some point. So okay, we're doing the same thing here. Grab both of them, make sure that in this case push it back and weld. Always check your mesh, so I'm gonna hit 3 every now and then to see if I don't have any weird stuff going on. The start of the armor. So again, keep it simple, don't go too far into detail yet, because we don't care at this point. You just want to get the basic shape. I'm gonna create a new material real quickly and blend so it's nice and shiny. I'm gonna make it darker than the other one. Maybe something like this, perhaps. So you can see the difference between the actual mesh and the body and the armor. There we go. Okay. Let's keep on going. So then you can see here, then right around here, you want to start the pecs as well. So I kind of want to use this one here to create the pecs, the pec muscle protector. So same method here. I'm gonna grab the extrude. I'm gonna push it down. It's really massive. That's fine for now. And just rotate a little bit. And this is protruding is fine. You don't care at this point. You really don't care. I want to get this nice V shape in there, and again hit extrude. Push it all the way back so it hits the deltoids. Rotate it so it hits the middle of the deltoids. Yeah, deltoids. I'm confused. Like this, and then you can go all the way back if you want to. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it round. So I'm gonna close up the edge loop. So all the way back. Again, make sure that it's rotated. And there you go. Maybe a little bit further out, so it gives a little bit more power to it. There you go. That's the start. So there's actually not that much detail in the, except for the cylinder here. So there's not that much detail going on, which is fine. So we're gonna keep on going. So next up will be we're gonna bridge these two somewhere here. So we're gonna need to connect it to this one. I'm gonna connect that. Then we can actually bridge these two together. Will actually work. Will be helpful. Bridge. So annoying once in a while. It's fine. Usually that happens when there are uneven number of vertices that you want to bridge. This should just work. In this case it doesn't for some reason. Really annoying. Let's check the vertex face. Ah, see? Oh, hey. Should still work though. Let's just do it manually then. Fuck it. If you don't want to bridge. There you go. Right, so this support still looks the same as the actual mesh. So you still got this nice line here that is like this one here. It's not perfect, but that's fine. Then you can again keep on bridging stuff. If it actually works, no it doesn't. Fucking hell, it's so annoying. Sometimes I could just shoot mine, honestly. Just that one. Check. Then we need a bunch more edge loops around here to actually close it up. I actually want to close it as soon as possible, since I'm going to do it right now. It would just make my life a lot easier if it was actually closed. So let's add one more. There you go. See if you can now bridge, that would be cool. Nope. Fuck off. So fucking annoying. Let's make a tool that never works. That's really awful. Brilliant idea. Oh, awesome. That is just awesome. Oh. Last but not least, last one here. Oh, wrong one. Oh dear. This one. Oh wow. Yeah, that helps. Can I actually merge these two together? Nope. Oh, I can. Nice. That's helpful. Surprised. Oh. Nice. Then we can do the same thing here. I didn't know that actually. It should still be symmetrical. Oh, there it is. Nice. Wow. You did something right. I'm shocked. Splendid. Oh, it's closed. It looks like crap, but it's closed right now. So let's fix the shapes straight away. I kind of want to be just more like square-ish, like this. And same thing here, so a little bit more like this. And it's fine if it's a bit bigger. I mean, after all, he's a badass, so I might as well make it a little bit bigger, so it feels a little bit more powerful. Same here. There you go. Okay. I'm going to follow the edge flow again of the actual model itself. I'm going to treat this a little bit better. There you go. And then we can start adding a little bit more edge loops for the actual filling up these this stuff here. Let's do that right now. Really. I'm just gonna multi-cut it. See, this is far from ideal, as you can imagine. So we're gonna change this one. So I'm gonna do a little bit more like this. I'm gonna delete this one. This one is then fixed. Then we need to do this one as well. So I'm gonna reroute some stuff to clear the nasty parts. Actually, I'm gonna keep that one. I want to keep that one. So we're gonna use this one here. Like this. Much better. Much better. And then we can start shaping stuff a little bit better. This one should be a little bit higher, for example. I'm gonna make this hole a little bit wider actually. See, this is the reason why I just made concept art, didn't spend too much time on it, because I'm gonna change anything anyway, so you don't want to spend too much time on concepts. In this case then, at least. Really. Yeah, looks better, and this one should be a little bit wider maybe. Yeah. I like that better. As you can see, I'm doing a lot from the top view. in this case it works a little bit better for the flow of the mesh. Even though it is a hard surface, it's still very important to keep a nice flow. Otherwise it will come back and bite you in the ass. I can guarantee you that right now. So keep in mind, keep on doing that. If not, you will regret it. Okay. And again, let's add one more here. All the way there. Does that work? No, it doesn't. Like that. So we can shape these shoulders a little bit better. Like this maybe. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to like fit-ish, and it's fine. Okay. Okay, still looking good. Still looking good compared to the actual concept. It's not perfect, but you get the idea, right? So I want to have this line here. I want it to follow the pecs a little bit better. This should be a little bit lower. Maybe this should be a little bit higher. These as well. So we get a little bit more of an S-shaped curve in there. Just a little bit. And same here. There you go. Again, we will add more extras later on. But just get the basic stuff in there first. Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's add the small line in here as well. So we're gonna extrude most stuff here again on the inside. So I'm gonna grab these two to start with. Gonna push it in and down. So it gets really nice hard border in there, which I want to have. Like so. Then we're gonna need S-tube here. I'm gonna slide it like one. Oh. 0.1, yep. Then hopefully we can now bridge this, would be cool. No, it doesn't. Why doesn't that surprise me? Oh. Try it out. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. There you go. You can see we need to move this all stuff a little bit more to the front. By a lot. There you go. Looks better. There you go. Same here. So do the same thing here. Just grab these edges. Gonna do them all for now. Extrude. Push it down. And weld it together. So this one, oh, not like that. Honestly, I spend more time fighting mine than actually using it. Nope, nope. Come on, Jesus. There you go. Then this side I want to grab them and push them in. Especially these in the end, in the little parts, I want to push them all the way in. We get this like thing here in the back, which we can use to add something like jetpack stuff, which will be cool. Okay, let's fix some stuff again. So top view, a little bit easier in this case again. Check it. You should be more like here. This should be more. I can select it sometime today, would be cool. Nope, it doesn't want me to select it. Starting to look pretty good. Starting to look pretty good. Of course, nothing perfect yet, but we'll get to that. So let's do the cylinder in there. It's a little bit more difficult, but there's actually a very simple trick for it as well that you can use. Right, so I'm gonna hit wireframe, and I'm gonna insert I'm gonna hide the layer actually. Turn it off, visible. There you go. I'm gonna add a cylinder, an 8-sided cylinder in there. I'm gonna grab here, put it on a point where the mesh actually meets, so here. I kind of want to have somewhere around there, so I'm gonna make a cylinder. I'm gonna make sure that it has 8 subdivisions like this. So it's the same trick that I showed in the car tutorial modeling, or the car tutorial, and it works the same. So I kind of want to have it there, and I kind of like this spot. Maybe a little bit higher, right? Let's do it like something like here, maybe a little bit bigger as well. That'd be cool, or just there. I kind of like this spot anyway. Okay. So then you can push this one inside again, because we just use it for reference and that's it, nothing more. Okay, we turn on backface culling. No, it doesn't help. So we want to follow these vertices, right? We want to follow these for these 8 points. So I'm gonna grab my mesh. I'm gonna make myself a little bit easier. I'm gonna select them all. I'm gonna hit extrude and I'm gonna scale it down. So by now I have 8 points, which I can all align to the actual cylinder, right? So I'm gonna grab these, for example. I'm gonna push it here. This one I'm gonna push it there. Etc. And oh, doesn't have to be perfect though, as long as it's in there. But then you have this, right? This is really nasty. So you wanna fix the dents. It's really annoying, but it's really part of modeling. So especially our surface modeling, it's just fixing the dents. So I want to push them all the way out so they actually follow the mesh again. Right, something like this maybe. Should be further out. Same here. And just keep on doing that till the mesh is actually fixed. So you can check by hitting smooth, so hitting 3 on the keyboard, and then you can just check, okay, is my mesh nice and smooth? If it is, it's fine. If it's not, then you need to do some more fixing. I'm gonna guess it's not. I could burst them. Actually, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. It's not perfect, but for now it's fine. Then I'm gonna grab these faces again. I'm gonna hit extrude one more time. Oh, not like that. So face, extrude and push them on. Like this. Even though right now they look like boobs. I know. It's fine, so I'm gonna grab these, I'm gonna push them all out till they form a perfect line. Because I want it to be flat. Right now they're not flat yet, but we're getting there. See, now it's at an angle, right? So I want it to be flat. So I'm going to grab all these. I'm going to push them out so they form one line. Something like this, and then push them all in again to the desired location. Something like this. Maybe even less. Let's push them on in. Let's push them in. Ooh, that looks a lot better actually. I like that. I like that more. I'm gonna keep it. We can still fix them by pushing them out a little bit further, but I kind of really like this. So but I fucked something up, I see right now. So I'm gonna hit undo. I lot. One more time. There you go. So first I'm gonna shrink it down, and then I'm gonna hit extrude. So we have an actual border there, which I kind of want to have. So I apologize, I fucked it up. There you go. Oh, might as well do it straight away. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least try to get it to fit. I mean, the actual polishing phase will be done later on anyway, so we just get them into place where you want them to be. Like this, good enough. Select them all and push them. Cool thing is about this extra border, it's done for a reason, because now I can actually extrude this one upwards, for example. Then you get this extra line here that we can use. It's one that I drew here, and this one here. So it's pretty much in there already. It just looks better. If you want, you can also make this one straight as well, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's move it. No, that's good. So as you can see right now, when it's smooth, everything is nice and soft, but I don't want it to be that. I want it to be nice and harsh and soft at the same time. I'll show you how to do that. It's just adding a edge loop here, and then here, here, and here. Then this line becomes a lot harsher, as you can see. That has to do with the way Maya subdivides your mesh. I can make a pretty picture, of course. It's a little bit easier this way. So what it pretty much does is, I'll grab me a quick brush, big one. So these are vertices, right? So Maya does, when you hit smooth, it interpolates between these two, and then just like this, right? So it takes half of this vertex right here. But the shorter the vertices are next to each other or close by, the smaller the curvature will be, which makes sense. So when you have more edges together or more vertices together in close order, they will get this nice small soft curve. So if you want to get something really harsh, like a harsh curve in there, add an edge loop here. I'll show you all the way around this time. Start here, then we go like here. Oh, not like that. And the closer they are to the actual or the edge, the sharper the curve will be. See? You can do the same thing around this one as well, so I'm going to show it as well. So right now, as you can see, it's really soft. I don't want that, so I'm going to add one here. Oh, if it would actually work, I think it's .9. 5 and Q. Here, oh. Jesus. Honestly, Maya. Oh, sometimes I just hate Maya so much. Oh, Jesus. Let's do it manually, fuck it, can't be arsed. See, and now it's nice and harsh, right? So this is pretty much the basics of hard surface modeling. It's pretty much how it's done. But this is also something you kind of want to do later on, because this will just create a shit ton of edge loops, which you want to avoid at first. So I'm gonna undo everything again, so we don't have these lines anymore. Else we'll just get lost in the jungle of edge loops. So we kind of want to avoid that. So I'm gonna leave this. I think that's this entire part done. This one here, yep. We can add these lines later on. It's actually really simple. You can just based on the edge loops, you can create by extruding the edges. You can actually create a ridge, so to speak. So I'm just gonna leave this. Put this back on. looks stupid, I know. That's fine. Okay, this one's a little bit too far out. Let's make sure that it doesn't still makes sense. That looks really weird, so I'm gonna make it all bigger. That's even worse, probably. Actually, it looks really badass, so I'm gonna use that. But then I have to move everything. So this entire part here will have to move. Oh, including those. Sometimes I just suck, honestly. Minus these. Okay. Fix the mesh, especially this part here. Fix this part. It's just tweaking right now. Then again, that's nothing new. I kinda like this. Just looks really big. Just makes the character look bigger. Just push this one even further down. This part here as well. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's grab these, push them down. This maybe. So it's just shaping the character right now, the armor. I kind of like this, so I'm gonna keep it. So even though we have not done that much, I'm gonna leave it for now. Next time we'll actually do the shoulder first. With the skull in there, because it's awesome, right? So I'll leave this for now, and I'll see you guys again next time, hopefully. Ciao.